I'm Prabhu Sundaraman, working as a software consultant at Durasoft. Let's continue with our discussion on JavaScript, and we are going to talk about classes and objects in this session. So, JavaScript has become really object oriented. I mean, syntactically. So, earlier, when you want to create classes and objects, we always create functions and then treat them as classes and then use new keyword and create objects. You can pretty much now create classes and objects the way you have been using doing that in languages like Java or C Sharp. Let's see that with an example. We'll create classes.js. If you want to define a class, let's say an employee, you just use the keyword called class. And employee has a name and draws a salary. So I'm going to have a constructor where have a name and salary, and constructor is kind of a keyword. And if you want to declare instance variables, you use this keyword. You say this dot name equals name, this dot salary equals salary. And employee has a function, say work, and you want to create a work function. You want to print a message. So let's say you want to return, say employee. This dot name is let's say Yanni, and you want to create an instance of employee. So let's say Sam equals new employee. Let's create Sam and draw us a salary, say 5,000, and Sam dot work. So let's print it, Sam dot work. And let's run this. So node classes.js employee Sam is Yanni. So you define a class, you create a constructor, you have instance variables using this keyword, you have a method, and you can use inheritance the way you use inheritance in Java using the extends keyword. So if you want to create a instance of derive employee and create a manager. So you want to say class manager, you can use extends employee, and we're going to have a constructor. So we're going to have name, salary, and let's say some stock options. So just like any language, okay, you need to have a call to the base class constructor from the derived class constructor. So you need to call those using super keyword. So name and salary, and I can say this dot stock options equals, I can just use stock options, and I can override my method. So I can just say work, and I can just say let's say return, and manager, say this dot name is, let's say, snoring, and we want to create a manager. So let's say John equals new manager, and John and some salary and some shares. I want to say John dot work. I want to ask him to print it. So manager is a derived class. It extends employee. You have a call to the base class constructor using super. So super is a keyword that's used to kind of access the base class methods. So let's run this, and you have employee Sam is yawning, manager John is snoring. If you want to call the base class method from derived class, you can do that. You can just say super dot work. So what I want to do is I want to say something like this. So let's use our interpolation facilities, super dot work, then I'll just say semicolon, right? Okay, so let's see this. All right, employee John is yawning, manager John is snoring. So it's pretty much all a lot of things. Okay, of course you don't have things like final classes and stuff like that, abstract concepts. Okay, so you have a simple way to now create classes, much more elegant than the older style. and inheritance using extends keyword, constructor, calling base class methods, and things like that. So that's it. Thank you.